The Twin Valley Locker Room Show brings you inside Clay Center Tiger football as we get set for week number 2. The Locker Room Show is powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And we're joined by two seniors once again, Garrett Craig, Gavin Ware joining us here as we get set for week 2 and the league opener against the Concordia Panthers. And unfortunately, we do have to talk about week 1 briefly. It was a matchup that was tough on paper coming in. And then they just got it rolling, Garrett, and it was tough to hold the Tide together for you guys.
Yeah, we just never seemed to be able to get anything going positive. We couldn't tackle. It was just a rough opener, but hopefully this week we're a lot more prepared. So.
Well, and that's part of what it's about. And Phillipsburg, we know from last year, was really good. You guys had a true chance to beat them last year, and turnovers kind of got you. And as Garrett said, this game just kind of started in a bad direction. I know you guys got banged up a little bit. How's the health of the team, Gavin?
Health of the team's all right. We got a few underclassmen that are out, but our seniors and starters are good. And we're all, pretty much all of us are two-way starters. We don't really have any depth. That's just the hand we're dealt. So.
Yeah, it's a small roster this year. We talked about it earlier, and you guys go both ways. And I know it's a long game. At the same time, I know you guys want to be out there, but are they creating ways to get you guys a break or two?
Yeah, there's a few juniors who can go in. On offense, there's not really anybody behind me, so I'm more of an offensive priority player, and so they'll put somebody in on defense for me first before offense. But yeah, there's nothing worse than not being able to play on defense and when they're running the ball on you and you just want to get out there. But
the plays start with this guy right here at center for the Tigers. So on the offensive side of the football, obviously a big part of what's happening in the offensive line to try to get things rolling this week against the Concordia Panthers. Let's talk about an early season matchup for a league battle. Your NCKL opener as a senior, Concordia coming into the Den. What do you know about the Panthers?
The line is pretty good. They got a pretty good line, but their skill players are average.
And have you guys had a scout on them coming off of their first game, which was a loss to Bullock? Very low-scoring game.
Yeah, yeah, we have.
You feel good about going into the matchup then on Friday night, right?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah. Garrett, what have you found out as an offensive lineman, kind of a captain up there as a center and getting the calls made? Will they bring anything unique to you defensively, or is it kind of something you already know?
They will line up in a 0 and then 4 techniques on their D tackles. So sometimes their nose will slant either way. And as the center, and all of our offensive linemen, we're just going to have to adjust as the ball is snapped to where they're moving and be faster and more physical than them up front and get to our positions where we need to make blocks.
I want to talk about a positive from Friday night. You guys in the second half really did settle in and got some good things done. But I want to talk about before the game, Gavin, and bike night opening up the season. I can't imagine the adrenaline pumping through you guys as you made that walk out on the field.
Yeah, it was awesome. We were all really hyped up. We did great. This first play, we just got it shoved up our mouth. So all that hype died like that. It was just, the game can change fast.
Yeah, it really can. But it is a special time when those bikes roll out there, isn't it, Garrett?
Yeah, just to see the amount of community members that came out and wanted to support us and see us succeed was really disappointing for us that we couldn't give them a better game. But hopefully tomorrow night we can fix that. So
that's the plan at the Den. The Concordia Panthers league openers mentioned. Now, we talked last week with Peyton and Holden, and we talked about the props these guys are bringing in. Gavin, I'll start with you. The Beast, by the way, Gavin Ware. I think I'm going to have to go with that. I've been trying to come up with, when I watch you walk out on a football field, you okay with that?
Yeah, that's not too shabby. I'll take that.
Gavin the Beast Ware. I think it's going to have to stick now. But you brought a singlet in. I think a lot of people that know Tiger sports know how important wrestling is to you and really to your family. Talk about what this means to you.
Oh, yeah, I've been wrestling since about first grade. I'd consider myself decent at it. I like to get a little better, but it's good. Last 2 years, I placed twice at state. And my sophomore year, I was outweighed by like 20 pounds. My junior year, I was coming back from knee surgery. But, yeah, last year, I hope it ended good.
And what weight class do you have an idea? I know it's so early to ask you this, but do you have an idea where you'll be?
I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be wrestling 195 because I don't like to cut a whole lot of weight. I just stay where I'm at.
Stay the beast mode, right?
Yeah.
All right, very good. He is fun to watch on the mat, let me tell you that. Garrett, Hollywood Craig has brought in the FFA jacket. I know this is a big part of your life. Let me first off tell you, you and your the drama club or classes, speech and drama, came in and gave a program at Rotary last week. This is a busy, busy guy. They practice every night in the production of Footloose, which is coming up when?
November 11th and 12th.
Unless the Tigers win a playoff game, they're going to bump it back for the Tiger football team. But very, very busy. I mean, all these guys do so much activities and so much of school, but I know this is a really important part of your life, Garrett.
Yeah, I am the Clay Center FFA chapter president, and then last year I ran for district office, and I was elected the North Central District FFA vice president. So that keeps me pretty busy with being the lead in the musical and being in Tiger Corral. I've got something going on about every night after practice, so I keep plenty busy trying to keep up with everything.
Ren in Footloose, right?
Yeah.
It'll be fun. It'll be exciting coming up in November. But more exciting right now is Tiger football opening up league play against the Concordia Panthers. The Beast in Hollywood. We'll get them on Friday night from the Den. The Twin Valley Locker Room Show, back again with Tiger football, powered by Pulse Internet. All your devices, one superior connection. And joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice, coming off of a disappointing week one, a challenging week one, and Phillipsburg really did show up. And the Tigers just struggled to kind of get their feet beneath them, it seemed like, on Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we talked. We knew that was going to be a challenge for us. I had 10 returning starters off 11-1 team, and, give them a lot of credit for how well they played. Same time, though, we were disappointed in our physicality and aggressiveness.
And that's tough to rebound during a game and make happen. You get kind of back on your heels, and mentally you're saying I can get back there, but it's a tough hill to climb, I guess.
It is, and we keep talking to our guys. I mean, you see it all the time. Last Saturday there's a couple teams that were way down in those games. They were showing the old Super Bowl clips from last year. Last night I saw it, and Patriots down 28-3, and it's that mental toughness, and that's part of it too. So that's something I think we'll get better at.
Things that you pointed out that you were pleased with on Friday night.
Yeah, great crowd. Bike night was awesome. Our kids were resilient. I don't think they ever let up or gave up. But we talked. We were pretty dissatisfied with a lot of things.
Things that you look to improve, and I know across the board everybody wants to improve, but was there something that stood out to you that you just focused to the guys that we have got to clean this part up? We
got to play a lot more aggressive. We talked about our pad level and just our fundamental details, and when a couple things didn't go our way, then it kind of snowballed, and we let some of our fundamental things go, and so gaining confidence in that is going to be big for us.
You have the NCKL opener now in week number 2. It's a little odd compared to past years as far as the schedules go. We're getting kind of used to things being different, and it's going to get different again, of course, next year. But Concordia comes in. They lost week 1 to Beloit. What do you know about the Panthers?
They've got a lot back. They have 19 seniors off of last year's team, and last year when Ian Nordell went down in week 3, this group of guys is pretty much the group that played the whole season. So they're an experienced group. I think they're much improved. I think they're more physical than they were last year. Week 1, they ended the game against Beloit with 2 shots throwing the ball in the end zone from, I think, about the 10-yard line. So I think it's an improved team. They're physical. We're smaller, but better team speed. So, be contrasting styles, and just hopefully we're more aggressive than they are.
A very aggressive team in Phillipsburg, a very physical team, as you mentioned, and we had some guys dinged up throughout the ball game. That's football, we get that, but how are they doing as this week goes along now?
I think pretty good. Peyton got dinged up a little bit, a couple different things, and then the second half we just said, hey, we better evaluate where he's at and those things, and then Cooper Glavin came in, and Cooper real pleased with the poise that he showed. And we talked too. I mean, we got guys all over the place. Garrett Craig had never started at center before. Some of the other O-linemen that were returners had seniors next to him last year. So just, you go all the way around the field, and guys were in different situations than they had experienced before.
I had the guys earlier comment on bike night. You brought it up already, talking about the highlights from Friday, but it is a special time. We talk about it coming in, but I think it's worth mentioning following up.
It is, and with those people taking the time to come out and do that, taking pride in it too. I mean, you could just see the pride in the people on the bikes, people coming out to watch that. Like I said, a great crowd for us, a great atmosphere. Hopefully people don't give up on us. I think we're a little bit better team than that, and hopefully we get a chance to prove that this week.
Well, the league opener is always a big one, and I know one of your goals each year is to have a chance to be at the league title, but by the end of the season, early games can be a big part of that later on in the year.
It is. I mean, the loser of this might be eliminated from the league. I mean, in week 2, and when you look at the top of the league, and Abilene hasn't lost a game in 3 years in the league. Marysville's got a very good football team back. I mean, that's the 2 at the top. They play this week. So a lot of league matchups early, and if our guys really want in that mix, we got to make a statement.
And it's at home, and there's not a lot of home games. We talked about it last week. So if you get the chance, be out at the Den. Concordia comes in on a football Friday from the Den. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time.
All right, thanks a lot.
The Twin Valley Locker Room Show and Tiger Football.